The reservation confirmation arrived at midnight, its subject line blinking ominously in my inbox. I hadn't booked any rooms. Not yet. Dear Ms. Holloway, we're delighted to confirm your stay at the Whispering Pines Guesthouse. Check-in, October 31st. Check-out, never. The typo made my fingers freeze above the keyboard. I'd only been browsing Vermont inns earlier, drawn to the promise of autumn foliage and a quiet writing retreat. The photos had seemed charming in daylight, a stately Victorian with a wraparound porch, golden light spilling from its windows. But now, in the blue glow of my laptop at midnight, the images looked wrong. In photo number 7, the window reflections showed furniture that didn't match the room layouts. In number 12, the shadow by the fireplace stretched too long, its fingers nearly brushing the camera lens. My cursor hovered over the "Cancel Booking" button when the power went out. When the lights flickered back on, my browser showed a receipt for a paid-in-full, non-refundable week-long stay. The GPS died exactly 5 miles from the inn, just as the sun dipped below the tree line. My rental car crawled up the winding mountain road, headlights barely piercing the thick New England fog. Outside my window, the forest pressed closer with each switchback, pine branches scraping the roof like skeletal fingers. When the tires finally crunched onto gravel, the guesthouse loomed ahead, a 3-story Victorian with peeling sage green paint and every window dark despite the posted check-in time. No staff came to greet me. Just a rusted key hanging from the "Welcome" sign, its teeth still warm as if recently turned in a lock. Room 3 smelled of damp wool and something sweetly rotten beneath the lemon polish. The 4-poster bed stood neatly made, a single after-dinner mint centered on the pillow. I picked it up, then dropped it when my fingers found the indentations. Not wrapper creases, teeth marks. That's when I noticed the wallpaper. Faded yellow with a delicate ivy pattern, almost charming until I saw the writing beneath the window. In what looked like dried lipstick, someone had scrawled, "Don't sleep when it knocks." The first knock came at 3:17 a.m. 3 precise raps that vibrated through my headboard. I lay frozen, the digital clock's red glow painting the room bloody. The silence stretched so long I almost convinced myself I'd imagined it. Then the closet door creaked open. Something shuffled inside, not mice, something breathing in wet, ragged gasps. I bolted for the hallway, only to find the wallpaper had changed. The ivy had become thorns. The lipstick message now read, "Too late." Breakfast was laid out in the dining room when I stumbled downstairs at dawn, a single-place setting with congealed eggs and a folded newspaper dated October 31, 1987. The headline made my coffee curdle in my stomach. Search continues for missing guesthouse owner. Police suspect foul play. The accompanying photo showed a smiling woman in her 60s standing on the porch. Behind her, barely visible in an upstairs window, a figure pressed against the glass. I knew that face. It was mine. The cellar door was padlocked. It shouldn't have opened when I touched it. But the rusted lock crumbled like dead leaves, revealing stairs that groaned under my weight. The air smelled of wet earth and copper. The noose swung gently from the rafters, its frayed ends still damp. Beneath it sat a suitcase. My suitcase. Inside were 7 days of neatly folded clothes, a return ticket for November 7th, and a manuscript titled The Last Guesthouse, written in my handwriting but containing stories I'd never told. The final page was blank except for 2 words. Welcome home.